person suffering a brain injury or a stroke, or somebody undergoing a transplant. And those are pretty major changes in one's life. And when we start thinking about those patients and what they go through, it's very, very important, I think, to understand that they bring something very unique to their rehabilitation course. They work so very hard, and how well they do, and they do extremely well. They dig very, very deep, and to watch them work with themselves and with others in an effort to rise to the occasion, which they do each and every therapy session, each and every day, and certainly getting to the point where they achieve unimaginable type goals.
Well, I'm Penny Parsons, and I'm Pete Daugherty's oldest daughter.
And I'm Tony Brock, and I'm the youngest.
We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of our dad's stroke. He was living independently. We were having some work done on his home and had a bunch of family in helping us. And I had a fight with the contractor, and the cousins that were leaving town the next morning went over to take pictures of the work that was being done, and they found my dad on the floor in his room, unable to speak or get up. And he had to have been there a couple of hours. And one ambulance ride and one helicopter ride to Louisville, and his life's been changed forever, and ours has too. The plus is our dad's back in Indiana.
That was the best part. We got to bring him a little closer to us. We still have our dad. It's different. We didn't have a lot of hope in Louisville, and we got some information about RHI ambulance, brought him here, and they just did wonders.
Yeah, we had hope when we walked through the door.
I have Snapchat videos of the first time seeing him back up on his feet again. We were told that he wasn't going to make it. We should send him to hospice, and we brought him to RHI. And
without RHI, I couldn't take him to my home for short visits because my bathroom's set up. He has to be able to walk the short distance in a couple of places, and if it wasn't for RHI, he probably would have never walked that distance so that I could take him out for little trips.
Yeah, I think if he hadn't been here, and the therapist worked so hard, and we really appreciate the therapist and everything they did, because they did work hard, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be in the shape he is right now. I think he's got a good quality of life, and we're thankful.
Yeah, and Carolyn, you willed him to walk. I mean, he was gonna walk, he was gonna ring that bell. Or I think you would have died trying or got ran over by that machine. And then Gina, he still does some of the same things that you taught him. And Ellie, we're still trying, words are popping out, and I'm not giving up hope yet. But thanks everyone. Tried to get us to send him to hospice, and I talked to him about it, and when the OT and PT therapist came in the room, she was holding these cones and having him reach, trying to gauge his balance and things, and he told her to move back. And I knew at that moment my dad chose life. And that's what he did here. Carolyn would say, "Can we go one more time, Pete?" And I only saw him say no one time.
So I think it is his strength coming in, his will, just sheer will to to say, his faith, his strength, he's just determined, and it's his positive attitude. He just didn't want to give up.
And I think he did it for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, my name's Carolyn Nobby. I'm a physical therapist at RHI. I nominated Pete Daugherty for Patient of the Year just because he inspired me and all of us really that worked with him with his spirit. He was always willing to work. He had a hard time telling you with words what he wanted to say or express, but he always expressed it with his facial expressions, and he just had a go-to attitude. He worked really, really hard. He came in with a lot of impairments, had a lot of difficulty moving around, but we just kept at it. He kept working hard and working hard. We did a lot of high intensity, and one day we saw his hemiplegic leg take a step, and that was just like a springboard for what came. So he continued to do the hard work. We got him walking with a walker. Family told us after he left, he went to another facility where he continued to walk, and his walking just got so much better. So I nominated him because of his never give up spirit, and he just pushed it to the limits, which is what we're all about here.